Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, to the ones out there, the sincere faith of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. So, I'm basically going to title this video, I'll make room for the Lord's mercy, you know. What we're trying to do is cleanse our ways so when the Lord does return, when Yahweh Shai returns, we're blameless, because day by day we're looking to be better Israelites, but we slip and fall and stuff like that. But we get back up and start running again, because if you stop running, those demons, or bad things just catch up with you. So it's like you constantly gotta be in the state of work, constantly in the state of becoming more and more spiritual, because that's what we're gonna need in the last days, but to be spiritual, it gives you strength, and you've seen that when Peter was he wanted to go walk on the water with Yahweh Shai, but he lost faith because he wasn't being spiritual, and that's why when they was trying to cleanse the man and they couldn't cleanse that man, they weren't being spiritual. So what spirituality gives you strength. We're gonna need that spirituality, so we gotta make room for it. So, the scriptures talk about through much tribulation. I'm gonna get it. Through much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom. But I'm gonna start off with this. This is yeah, this is Sirach 16, verse 12. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judgeth a man according to his works. So yeah, you're judged according to your works, because the Lord's gonna judge you according to what you did, and what he's gonna give you that correction. And even though you're being corrected, that's still mercy, because you wasn't put to death. So this is verse 13. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patient of the godly shall not be frustrated. Make way for every work of mercy, for every man shall find according to his works. The Lord hardened Pharaoh that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world. And that's what we're gearing up to right now. Is to show, we're going to show these people that don't know the Lord, that they think they know the Lord, but they're going to find out who he is, and it's going to be terrible, because a lot of people is going to have to learn the hard way. What the scriptures talk about, death by pain. A lot of people are going to be put to death. They're going to find out the hard way, and things are just going to keep happening and happening. So that's why it's like building up that spirituality strengthens you. The Lord might it will give you that mercy to where you won't be hungry, you won't be desolate. Because you go through all little things. Your car might be eating up your money, or your kids, or certain something that's catching up with you in the past. But the Lord always finds a way to make because you're making room for His mercy. But why? By how? But by getting into the scriptures. Becoming more spiritual. And then the Lord always finds a way for the men of the Lord to get out of a tough situation. Look what He said. He hardened Pharaoh's heart, so so the whole world can know. Verse 16. His mercy is magnificent to every creature, and He has separated His light from the darkness, and with abundance. Say not thou, I will hide myself from the Lord. Shall any remember me from above? I shall not be remembered among so many people. For what my soul among such an infinite number of creatures. Yeah, so the Lord, see, people don't consider the Lord, and a lot of people don't know Him. You go out to the world, Israel is picking it up, but there's still an abundant amount of people that don't know the Lord. So that's why we're making room to receive mercy, grace, spiritual powers. So let me get this. This is I'm gonna get Psalms 19. Psalms 19, verse 9. Wherewith shall a young man cleanse his ways? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. So that's how we're being cleansed, by taking heed to the word, right? We're being cleansed. What we're constantly having to go through things to where the cleaning process is not always easy. It might be like at the bottom of a pot, some schisms. So you gotta put some elbow grease in there. You know, you gotta heat things up. Sometimes you gotta heat things up, and then you gotta put a little elbow grease in there, and that's all the cleansing of our ways. What so we could make room for the Lord to give us mercy. You know. So I'm gonna grab Proverbs 24. You know, because what happens? You know, you might slip, you might fall. And if the fall is bad, you know that the scriptures talk about if the right hand offend you, cut it off. So you know we got that's making room. What? that's making room for that grace, that mercy. So 24:6. This is Matthew. This is Proverbs 24 verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. And we're not trying to fall into mischief. We want to be them priests, them guys that get that everlasting light. You know, I mean the everlasting life. You know, that's what we're gearing up for. So I'm gonna get that Acts. I think it's 7:24, 14:27. Yeah, and it's always a fight. Like I said, it's a run. Right, the scriptures talk about a run. Yeah. Or top 24. What's 14? No, I think it's 14:7. Yeah, it's always like a fight. It's always going to be a run because you don't wrestle against you don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Shucks. Yeah, go. Yep, this is Acts 14 verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, right? Because it's not always easy to continue in the faith. Things may happen, and what you know, now you got to drop this, go do that. You know, the brothers might be getting together to do a Sabbath service. You might have to, take care of your wife, or you got to take your kid to the hospital, or something to that nature. And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. And then that tribulation is going to be dealing with all types of crazy things. You know, the RFID chip. People coming up against you because of what you believe in. You know, shoot. Some brothers might be in the concentration camp and they only might have bologna sandwiches, and like you don't want to eat the bologna sandwich due to the fact because it's like there's pork in there. You know, and people are looking at you. Why you don't want to do it? You know, that little bit of stuff. You know, is just like this is just something we got to fight for. You know, let me see. There was something else I wanted to bring out. Yeah, yeah, but in much tribulation, where we're going to enter into the kingdom. And the kingdom is just not. It's not. A lot of people think you could just say, I'm trying to think like, the Jesus thing. You know, all you gotta say, turn to Jesus and say, basically pray over this or get baptized, and and everything's gonna be all right. But the scriptures is always talking about meditating. It said to continue, right? Because some people like some Christians, yeah, they be about it like when they're young, but when they get older, they start scoffing. They start talking bad about the Bible. So where's their faith at now? You know, and where's their faith gonna be at? And when things get real and it's getting serious, it's getting real serious. But give me 1 second. So this is Romans 13, verse 11. And that knowing, the time, that now is the high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe, and that's it's getting more evident and evident. Oh, it's a fight with GMS. They're gonna be trying to persecute us, take us down. Oh, this is what you believe and this is what you said in 2016, or this is what you said. So you really think this is gonna happen? So you're like, and he's gonna be like, yeah, you have to. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny your Howard Shine. You don't want, you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you can't do that. So it's like there's much tribulation going to enter to that kingdom. We know it's not going to be an easy walk, because it's already the way we be out there on the highway that hedges, or even on the comment board, how people just be coming up against us, and then they just like that whole thing with that dude got kicked, the guy that did the videos. I forgot what's his name, but he was Karate Zabaz, like, man, like they do those type of videos, and they just had, it was GMS. They was just trying to take out GMS, but they don't know, like, this is a spiritual fight. This is a spiritual fight. This is Ephesians 6. I'm gonna just read this. This is Ephesians 6, verse 10. Finally, brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And that's yep, here we go. Yep, and that's what we're fighting for, just basically to stand against the wiles of the devil. When the wind and the flood is coming, So verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness in this world. You see, of this world, Salakia, the power and against the rulers of the darkness of this world. Yeah, I heard it right. Yeah, and it's the rulers of darkness, man. They're just constantly fighting. I was watching Zaquan Guns live show. He was saying, Salaki, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, we wrestle against the dollar. The dollar's wicked. It got the owls and stuff like that. They even got the net on there. Cause basically they're symbolic. They're like trying to trap you. They think they honestly think they're the most high. To where like, oh, they're not. They don't think that they're wicked. Wow. I read it again. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right, one of the high places is Washington D.C., New York, and all these. They got all types of wicked things, and that is super demonic. Going back to some crazy stuff. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the day, in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Yes, he having all done to stand. Yep. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, right? So we're trying, so what? That stuff won't penetrate us because our spirituality is strong. Apostle McCall always talks about keep your medicine strong. And this right here is the best medicine that you can even come across, you know? Yep. Verse 15. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, take the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Right? Because they're gonna be gunning for us. They are, you know, they're already in the process of it. Brothers are not gonna, brothers are making videos. They're not gonna take the RFID chip. The RFID chip. They're not gonna take the vaccination. So they already, they're watching. Hey, like you don't want to take it, then you might have to like go to a concentration camp because they think you're sick, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the spirit. Yep. And what's the sword? There's these words, man. These words be cutting to the it says cutting to the bone, to the marrow. the discerner of the thoughts, which is the word of the Most High, right? Praying always with all prayer. But yeah, yep, fighting against the wiles of the devil, man. It's gonna be a rough ride to get into that kingdom because that's that everlasting life. We're gonna have a plethora of everything. We're gonna get paid 100-fold for everything that we had to cut off in this world, right? All that pleasure and stuff like that. But that's why hey, too much tribulation. You know, it's a rough thing to like. You gotta cut your right hand off. You gotta pluck your eye out. You know. So with that, I hope you was edified and motivated to do a video. I'm the brother of mom. I'm gonna say, call Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Kakadash, double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations. I say salutations to the ones with the sincere faith of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. Shalom.